Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kwadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well to this very day, that's continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, and also shalom to the whole elect that is also plowing this work. It's giving you due diligence in his ministry to make your calling and election sure, in faith and truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled, Yahawashi is the Foundation. All right, and if the Spirit allows me to title in a different way, I'm just going to move according to the Spirit, true to form. But, just continuing on, what I was speaking about, in previous video concerning this guy that came up to the camp Saturday. If you want to go back and get the specifics of it, you can watch the live stream, GMS Birmingham, or watch the video, which I've recently did, but I'm not going to go too deep into it because I already hit the point. But basically the key point in this video is addressing our foundation, because he kept asking us what was our foundation, and you know what? That's a feasible question. What's our foundation? What foundation do we set this ministry with on, or what's the foundation that we establish ourselves when we go out on the highways and byways and teach? In which the foundation that we stand on when we go out and teach, when we go out on the highways and byways, our foundation is Yahawashi. All right, that's our foundation. That is what the scriptures deem as the cornerstone. All right, that's what we build our church off of, man. Because really, Great Millstone, we here at Great Millstone, started with the apostle elders of Great Millstone on down. We know full well that our foundation is Yahawashi. All right, because if it was any other foundation other than Yahawashi, who these people inwardly call Jesus, then those other foundations that with these other camps, because guess what? These other camps outside of Great Millstone, their foundation is not Yahawashi. Because if it was of Yahawashi, then they would do the works of Yahawashi. All right, because your works show who you belong to. Your works show who you what foundation that you stand on. All right, and also your fruits. It shows you what foundation that you stand on. All right. So if this council, which is Great Millstone, which has been set up, if this is of Yahawashi, then guess what? It's not going to come to naught. It's not going to be overthrown. But these other camps, especially the ones that call themselves teachers, that are not standing on the foundation of Yahawashi, guess what? When the time comes, when our hell breaks loose, during the time of Jacob's trouble, pursuant to Jeremiah, the 30th chapter and the 7th verse, those buildings that they have built upon those different foundations are gonna fall. All right, it also says in the scripture that fall is going to be great. So in other words, that the fall that you're going to see from these other camps are going to be made public. All right, it's going to be known that what happened in these different camps. What type of judgment that the Lord has brought on these different camps. All right, why? Because they haven't built their house or their council or their church on the foundation of Yahawashi. All right, so that's our foundation, man. All right, that's why Great Millstone has always been, not bragging or boasting. That's why Great Millstone's always been at the top when it concerning prophecy, man. Why? Because we go according to the scriptures. We go according to the Bible and what's written. So if it's not in the scriptures, not in the Bible, then we don't follow it, man. And plus, Yahawashi being the foundation, that sets the camp to where it is now. All right, because the Lord is the one who is exalting the camp of Great Millstone. All right, we don't exalt ourselves, man. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precepts. This is the book of Luke, the 6th chapter, and I'm gonna start at the I'm gonna start at verse 46. It says, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" All right, because you got guys that call themselves being Hebrew Israelites and that believe, but yet they don't do the things that Yahawashi say to do. They don't follow his commandments. All right, and what's the main commandment? To teach. All right, to do the work, among other things, man, because you got other things that are a part of doing the work. All right, because it's more than going out on the highways and byways, and it's more than putting up videos. Because guess what? When the camera is off and you go about your daily life, that's when the test comes. That's when you apply the scriptures. All right, in your day-to-day life. Because we're not just Hebrew Israelites on camera or while we're doing lessons and videos. We're also Hebrew Israelites while we're on the road. When we go to the store, go buy things at the store. If we are working out, if that's what you're into, or doing your hobbies, man. We're Hebrew Israelites 24/7, man. There's no such thing as a part-time Israelite. All right. So again, it says, "Why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" And that goes to the other camps. Because they're not doing what these other camps, they're not doing what Yahawashi told them to do. Yeah, you got guys that go out there on the highways and byways. And you got camps that don't go out on the highways and byways. All right? But the ones that do go out on the highways and byways, their doctrine is off, man. All right? Why? Because whenever a doctrine is off, you know that there's an ulterior motive or alternative motive that's there. All right. Also, Apostle Gabar went into it. This is how you know who's a false teacher or who's a false prophet. All right. Well, she did a beautiful video on that. Okay. Verse 47 said, "Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like." See? So it said, whoever hear these sayings of his and do them, right? Being a hearer and a doer. Actually, let me get that for the spirit. The spirit runs away from me concerning that. It's like it. Right, so it says, "Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like." All right, so if a person hears and do the things which he say do, he'll show you to whom he is like. All right, and this is the example. Verse 48, "He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock." Right, and that rock is who? Yahawashi. That's why Yahawashi is known as a rock. He's known as the cornerstone. All right. Now, I want to make a point real quick concerning whosoever cometh to him and hear the sayings of his and doeth them, because you got individuals that do hear these words but don't do them. All right. Case in point, let me grab the book of James, the 1st chapter. It's like it. It's James, the 1st chapter. I'm gonna start at the 22nd verse. It says, "Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. See? So the ones that hear this word and don't do them, he go his way and straightway forget what type of man that he is. All right? And that's what happens most of the time. You got people that come out and listen. They'll hear the words. They'll hear the words of Yahawashi and hear what we're saying and try to take it in. But guess what? If they hear it and don't do them, through a process of time, they're going to forget who they are. Because guess what? In doing that, in hearing these words, they learn that they're Hebrew Israelites. But guess what? After they hear that they're Hebrew Israelites and don't do the things which that comes with being a Hebrew Israelite, because it's more than just knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You have to accept that, man. And you have to take on the heritage of being a Hebrew Israelite, man. You just can't call yourself an Israelite just to call yourself that as a fad, all right, or something just to latch onto because you're bored. Just to hear some new thing and go by it. No, man. You have to be a Hebrew Israelite inwardly, like the scriptures say. All right. Now, verse 25, it says, "But whosoever, or whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed." Right. So being not a forgetful hearer and a doer of the work. See? So you got to do the work, man. All right. Like I mentioned before, we're supposed to go out on the highways and byways. That's a necessity. Doing videos, that's a necessity. But there's other things outside of that you have to do. That comes with being a Hebrew Israelite. Your character, how you carry yourself, your conduct, how you conduct yourself outside of the highways and byways, outside of doing the videos. All right? Because the Lord is keeping a constant watch on us 24/7. Don't forget that. All right? The angels are out watching our deeds 24/7, 365. Okay? Now I'm going to go back. Verse 48 again, it says, "He is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock." All right. Now there's another precept I want to grab real quick. Slack here. This is the book of Ephesians. All right. This is a form of it, but I'm gonna get another scripture that ties right into that in just a second, which is actually I'm gonna grab the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter and the 7th verse, because that's exactly what it's going into, about the streams being vehemently upon the house and that it stayed because it was founded upon a rock. Now here's the other side of that scripture. All right, this is Ephesians, the 4th chapter, and this is at the 14th verse. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceit. Right. So in that wind, all right, that's set to toss us to and fro, is talking about what? The different doctrines. The doctrines that are outside of this doctrine that we teach, which is the doctrine of Yahawashi, according to the Bible. All right. So you have this, but on the flip side, right, you got actually, let me get it right here. On the flip side, you got the troops that are set out to regulate the time of martial law. Because guess what? Martial law is within the Bible, man. That's prophecy. You can read about in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. It's also found in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. I believe it's the 70th verse. But let me grab this real quick. Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, and the 7th verse. And I'm gonna grab another one after this one. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but who? He shall be saved out of it." And who's the he that's talking about? The elect. Because the elect, the foundation that the elect has stood on is the foundation of Yahawashi, like I mentioned before. The elect are the ones that hear and do this word and stand on that same foundation. They stand on that same rock. So during the time of Jacob's trouble, we're going to be saved out of it, man. Lord's will, we're part of that number. All right. Now, it's Isaiah, the 59th chapter and the 19th verse. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahawashi from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against them." Right. So when those troops come in like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a standard. All right. The Lord is going to lift up a hedge of protection over the elect. All right. So that's why in that time, everyone else is going to be caught unawares, man. Everyone else is going to be caught up in the flood of troops. And only the elect is going to be protected in that day, man. All right. Got another precept that I want to grab. Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahawashi is his treasure. And the ones that dwell in wisdom and knowledge is the elect of the nation of Israel." Okay? The wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times. While everyone else is bugging out and losing their minds over what's happening, we're going to be stable in those times. Because we're going to know what's happening. All right? And since we know what's happening, we already know what's going on, man. But the rest of the people, they don't know what's going on. And there's nothing worse than seeing things happen that's detrimental or something that is deadly towards your life, and you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on or the reason why things are happening the way that they are. So that's why we're going to be stable in those times. All right. Now I'm going to go back to Luke, the 6th chapter. Read that verse again, verse 48. Luke 6 and 48, it says, "He is like a man which built an house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose," right, which I read earlier, when the enemy comes in like a flood, we're talking about the troops. When the enemy comes in like a flood, or it's like I'm still thinking about Isaiah. It says, "And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock." That's right. So even though they're going to try long and hard to take the elect and to destroy the elect of the nation of Israel, because Esau knows about the elect. He knows about the 144,000 of the nation of Israel. He knows about the prophecies of the scriptures, and he is trying tooth and nail to disannul the prophecies. All right. He's trying his hardest to upset the prophecy. That's why Esau does what he does, so that the prophecies won't be fulfilled. But no matter what they do, they're still fulfilling prophecy. All right. The Lord Yahawashi has checkmated them. Okay. Now concerning that rock, let's see if I can go here. rock, we know that Yahawashi is known as that stone. All right. Actually, I'm gonna try to grab these precepts here while I can. I got a few more. Fuck you. All right, this is Isaiah, the 28th chapter, and start at the 16th verse. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation a stone." See, he lays in Zion, right? He's talking about Israel, for a foundation a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Right. So, and that's the point. So the Lord, Yahawashi Shai, is that cornerstone. He's that stone that's been set for a foundation, for Zion, all right, for the nation of Israel. Okay. Go back. Like you. All right, it's the book of Ephesians. Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. And let's see. All right, I've started at the 19th verse. It says, "Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints, and of the household of the Most High, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahawashi HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone." So there you go. So the Lord Yahawashi is known as the cornerstone. That's what the apostles and the prophets have built their foundation on, or built their building on. They builded their house on that foundation, which is Yahawashi HaMashiach, like it says right here. All right, so that we're no more strangers and foreigners, because guess what? Back then we were calling ourselves Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and so on and so forth. But now we're fellow citizens with the saints, who are what? Israelites. See? Now I'm gonna go from there. Right, I want to grab another precept here. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna go, after I read this, I'm gonna go back to Luke, the 6th chapter, and I'm gonna end off on that. All right, it's the book of Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter. Yeah, I'm going to start at the 31st verse. It says, "For their rock is not as our rock." All right, talking about their foundation is not like our foundation. You know, their foundation is built upon things that are outside of this truth. Things that are outside of Yahawashi Shai, that's their rock. And those things are what is what's going to fall in the time of judgment. All right, and the rock that's going to stand sure is the rock of Yahawashi. All right. It says, "Even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter." See? So this ties right into America, because America is known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right. So their rock is not like our rock, man. Our rock is a strong, sure foundation, man. All right. Which again is Yahawashi. It says, verse 40. Yeah, that's it for 48. I'm scroll to verse 49. It says, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation build an house upon the earth. Right, talking about sand, unstable ground, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. So the ones that are not on the foundation of Yahawashi, they're gonna fall, and great is gonna be that fall. All right, these are so-called self-proclaimed master teachers that are not teaching according to what Yahawashi has laid down. Their fall is gonna be known. All right, and the Lord's gonna make sure to publish their fall. Okay, so when those troops come in and all hell breaks loose and they get caught up in it, then you'll know that their foundation was founded upon unstable ground, which is not Yahawashi. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off on that note. Lord's will, this was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, I once again want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule very well. Also, shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the whole elect that is continually laboring in this work, giving your due diligence to make your call and election sure, in faith, in truth, and sincerity, and in all charity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.